Welcome, everyone. Today we'll talk about one of the most important topics you will ever hear in your life: how to work on yourself. Not your job, not your situation, not other people, yourself. Because at the end of the day, everything you want in life is connected to one thing: the person you are becoming. Most people spend their whole life trying to fix the outside. They try to change their job, their income, their environment, their results. But they ignore the one thing that controls all of these: themselves. And that's why they stay stuck. Because if you don't improve yourself, your life will repeat itself. Different year, same habits, same thinking, same problems. You may change your environment, but if your mindset is the same, you will create the same results again. You may get a new opportunity, but without growth, you will not be able to handle it. You may start something new, but without discipline, you will not be able to continue it. That's why working on yourself is not just important, it is the foundation of everything. Working on yourself does not mean reading quotes or watching videos. It means changing the way you think, the way you act, and the way you live every single day. It means doing what you don't feel like doing, fixing habits that are hurting you, building habits that make you stronger, controlling your mind instead of being controlled by it, improving your skills even when no one is watching, becoming better even when it's uncomfortable. It is not easy. It is not fast. It is not exciting every day. But it is real, and it works. Most people never work on themselves because it is uncomfortable. It is easier to blame. It is easier to complain. It is easier to say, "I'll start tomorrow." It is easier to stay the same. Working on yourself requires honesty. You have to admit, "I am wasting time. I am not consistent. I am avoiding what matters. I am not disciplined." And most people don't want to face that truth, so they avoid it. But the people who grow face it, and that's the difference. Imagine there are two types of people in this world. The first type waits. They wait for motivation. They wait for the right time. They wait for help. They wait for life to become easier. The second type works. They work even when they don't feel ready. They work even when it's slow. They work even when no one is watching. They work on themselves every single day. After 1 year, their lives are completely different. Not because of luck, but because of daily improvement. Step 1. Take full responsibility for your life. If you don't take responsibility, you will never truly change. Because as long as you believe that your life is controlled by something outside of you, you will stay powerless. So the first step is simple, but very difficult. Stop blaming. Stop blaming your situation. Stop blaming your past. Stop blaming people. Stop blaming time. Stop blaming luck. Because every time you blame something else, you give away your control. And without control, you cannot improve. Responsibility does not mean everything is your fault. It means everything is your responsibility to improve. That is a very powerful difference. Maybe your situation is not your fault, but improving it is your responsibility. Maybe your past was difficult, but your future is still your responsibility. Maybe people disappointed you, but your growth is still your responsibility. And the moment you accept this, something changes inside you. You stop waiting. You start acting. Imagine two people living in the same difficult situation. Both are tired. Both are struggling. Both feel stuck. The first person says, This is not my fault. Life is unfair. Nothing will change. So they stay the same. Days pass, months pass, years pass. Nothing changes. The second person says, "This situation is hard, but my life is still my responsibility." So they start small. They improve one habit. They learn one skill. They control their time. They reduce distractions. They work on themselves quietly. After 1 year, their life is different. Not perfect, but better, stronger, clearer. That is the power of responsibility. Because when you take responsibility, you stop wasting time on excuses. You stop waiting for someone to save you. You stop blaming your past. And you start focusing on what you can control. Your actions, your habits, your time, your growth. That is where real change begins. The moment you stop blaming and start taking responsibility is the moment you take control of your life. And when you are in control, you can become anything. Step 2. Control your daily habits because they control your life. Most people think their life changes in big moments. A big opportunity, a big decision, a big breakthrough. But that's not how real life works. Your life is not built in big moments. It is built in small, daily habits. What you do every day becomes who you are. Not what you plan, not what you want, not what you say. What you repeat daily. If you wake up late every day, scroll your phone for hours, avoid difficult work, delay important tasks, live without structure, then your life will slowly become unfocused, stressful, weak, directionless. Not because you are not capable, but because your habits are not supporting your future. If you wake up on time, move your body, spend time learning, practice your skills, focus on what matters, then slowly, without noise, your life becomes strong, clear, disciplined, powerful. You don't feel it immediately, but one day you look back and everything has changed. Your habits are like invisible forces. They don't shout. They don't show results instantly, but they are always working either for you or against you. Every small habit is a vote for the person you are becoming. Think of a small water drop falling on a stone. One drop does nothing, but thousands of drops over time create a hole in the stone. That is the power of repetition. Your daily habits work the same way. Small actions repeated daily create permanent change. Don't try to change your entire life in one day. Start with a few simple habits. Wake up at a fixed time. Give 30 minutes to learning. Spend 15 minutes practicing a skill. Avoid one distraction. Complete one important task. Do it daily. Not perfectly, but consistently. Once your habits change, you don't need motivation every day. You don't need to force yourself. Your system carries you forward. You become the kind of person who shows up, follows through, keeps going. And that identity changes everything. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your habits. So if you want a better life, build better habits. Step 3. Learn to do hard things even when you don't feel like it. This is where most people fail, not because they are weak, but because they depend on feelings. They say, "I'll start when I feel ready. I'll work when I feel motivated. I'll try when I feel confident." But you will not always feel ready. You will not always feel motivated. You will not always feel confident. Feelings are temporary. They come and go. If you wait for the perfect feeling, you will wait forever. Successful people don't wait for motivation. They create it through action. They do the hard thing first, and the motivation often comes after. Doing hard things builds discipline. It builds self-trust. It builds mental strength. Every time you choose to do what is difficult instead of what is easy, you become a little bit stronger. Start small. Make your bed even when you don't want to. Exercise even when you feel tired. Study even when you prefer to scroll. Say no to distractions even when they feel good in the moment. The more you practice doing hard things, the easier they become over time. Not because the tasks change, but because you change. You become the kind of person who can face discomfort and still move forward. That is real power. Step 4. Manage your environment. Your environment has a huge influence on your behavior. If your environment is full of distractions, negativity, or temptations, it becomes very hard to grow. So you must intentionally design your surroundings to support your goals. Remove things that pull you away from growth. Put your phone in another room when you need to focus. Keep healthy food visible and junk food hidden. Surround yourself with books, reminders, or people who inspire you. You don't have to move to a new city to change your environment. Small changes in your daily space can make a big difference. Create a space where it is easier to do the right things and harder to do the wrong things. Step 5. Focus on one direction at a time. Many people try to improve everything at once: health, career, relationships, skills, finances, and end up improving nothing. Real progress comes from choosing one main area and giving it your full attention for a period of time. Pick one important goal or habit and stay with it until it becomes natural. Once it is solid, you can add the next one. Depth beats breadth. Consistent focus creates real results. Step 6. Become the person you respect. Ask yourself, would I respect a person who lives the way I am living right now? If the answer is no, it's time to change. Keep the promises you make to yourself. Show up even when it's hard. Speak to yourself with kindness, but also with honesty. Self-respect is built through small acts of integrity. When you start trusting yourself, your confidence grows naturally. You stop needing approval from others because you know you are becoming someone you are proud of. Step 7. Embrace discomfort as a sign of growth. Comfort is nice, but it rarely leads to progress. Growth lives on the other side of discomfort. When something feels uncomfortable, it often means you are stretching yourself. Instead of avoiding it, lean into it. See it as proof that you are moving forward. Step 8. Stay consistent even when progress feels slow. Real change takes time. You may not see big results in the first week or month. Many people quit right before the breakthrough because they get impatient. Trust the process. Small daily actions compound over months and years. Consistency beats intensity. Step 9. Protect your time. Time is your most valuable resource. Learn to say no to things that waste it. Reduce mindless scrolling, unnecessary meetings, and energy-draining activities. Guard your mornings and your focused hours. How you spend your time determines how your life turns out. Step 10. Build your life around a clear purpose. When you have a strong why, it becomes easier to handle the how. Know what matters most to you. Connect your daily habits to a bigger reason. Purpose gives you direction and motivation during difficult days. Step 11. Invest in yourself daily. Make self-improvement a non-negotiable part of your routine. Read, learn, move your body, reflect, rest properly. Treat your mind and body like the most important assets you own. Small daily investments in yourself will pay the biggest returns in the long run. Closing message. Approximate. Working on yourself is a lifelong journey, not a one-time event. Start today with one small step. Be patient with yourself, but stay committed. Over time, you will look back and be amazed at how much you have changed. The person you become will create the life you want. Working on yourself is a lifelong journey, not a one-time event. It won't happen overnight, but every small step you take today will shape a better tomorrow. Start now. Be patient with yourself, but stay consistent and disciplined. Change your habits, control your mind, and keep moving forward, even when it feels uncomfortable. The person you become through daily work will create the life you truly want. You have the power. Now it's time to use it.